All right, all right. I think it actually went live. Yay! Okay, there it is. All right. So it seems like every time I go live, I end up having to do like 15 different restarts on the system or whatever. So yeah, yeah. But in the building, man. In the building. Let me close this out. I got the thing showing up on my screen. All right, let's see. What's going on, everybody? I'm about to hold on, get the phone together so I can go scroll back and forth in and out of the chat if need be. You know. Let's see. Bracket Club in the building. What's good? Gator. Center of the day, Afnon Rare Reef. Just got it today, and it's amazing. But I might be going nose blind though. It's definitely not beast mode on my skin. So you know what though? It's one of those fragrances that I have encountered that people have different like opinions on. Like there is definitely not a consortium on what that fragrance is. It's getting hyped up in the community right now, but in all actuality, man, like there's a lot of people who are not down for it. Like there's a lot, man, that are not down for it. But I happen to like the fragrance a lot. I really do. I think it's great. It's just that I don't know about all the hype that it gets, man. Dame, what's going on? Gator, my guy, man, what is happening with you? Kid Pandas, yo, what it do? Dame says, smash that like button. Yeah, definitely. When you're coming in, man, smash the like button, bro. Just smash the like button. That's least you can do. Least you can do, man. Dame said, oh, yeah. You know what? The wrong person to ask about this one is Dame. Dame said, Racky, you're going nose blind. Trust me. So I think on the review, I kind of broke down why I think that some people are not getting the same thing from Rare Reef as others. And I think a lot of it has to do with the addition of the violet leaf in there and the way that that has a diffusive nature. So violet doesn't necessarily hit you all at once unless it's having an overdose, then it gets kind of powdery. But what violet leaf can do to a fragrance, it can make a lot of your depth, your aquatics and things like that a little bit. Well, it kind of adds to the aquatic nature, but it makes it a little bit more diffusive. So even though you're not picking it up when you smell it on skin like that, it's kind of floating in the air. And I think that's where a little bit of the dispute is coming from. Let's see. Kid Panda, I appreciate it. It says ZR14. I don't even know what 14 is, but I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it, man. Joe, what's going on, man? Senator Day Afnan Highness Blue 6. That's one I've been meaning to pick up, man, because from what I hear, it's kind of like a version, like maybe a toned down version of the low cobalt, the 7 cobalt. It has that black currant in there, and I'm really thinking about pulling that in, man. Would you say you're about to be annoying, though? I saw a kid, man. I meant to read the message. You say, send it tomorrow, Rasasi Hawas Ice. Okay, good sense, man, Joe. Good sense. Mr. Clark said, what's good, Gator Chest in today? Marshood 4 White. That sounds interesting. I don't think I've put my nose on any of the Marshood fragrances, man. Dame said, what up to everybody? And so is Joel, man. Dame said, send it today, arm off, blue sky. Phew, now I know, and I'm going to get to this in a second. Dame has been hitting me like blue sky, bro. Blue sky, man. So when he said it, I was like, okay. I had a haul that was coming. So I went ahead and copped this guy right here. This is the arm off blue sky. Although it can't, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to have to take it out of the box here. Haven't had a chance to get a good wear. Oh, right, that's right. My face is too beautiful for this thing to focus while I'm in there. Haven't had a chance to really. Why does this thing not focusing on me? Let me move this way. There we go. There we go. So the light will shine and be reflective. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, interesting bottle. Interesting fragrance so far. Now, this is supposed to be modeled on Scent of Peace from Bond number 9. I have not had a chance to actually get a wearing on it. I actually had a chance to like spray it one time earlier today. And to be honest, I like it. Now I feel like it's still got a little bit of developing to do, but that's just because I just cracked it open today. I think that was like maybe the third spray. I don't even know if it was the third spray that I put on this thing. I like the bottle, man. Presentation is really, really nice, man. I'm looking forward to seeing what this one does. It already has that sweet mid, a little bit of pineapple in there to really, you can pick it up. It's not like an overly synthetic style of pineapple, but it's really subtle in there. It's not completely au natural either, but it's really subtle. It's really nice. So far, so good. We're about to see how that thing rocks, man. Um, this was the haul for today that I got sitting up here, and I'll go into all of those in a sec. There's one in particular, man, that I already know. If you see the title of the video, I talk about fall fragrances, a fall banger. There's a couple of fragrances up here, but there's one in particular that kind of stood out to me, and it's like, oh, I think people are gonna start checking for that one real, real soon. Um, let's see. Okay, Kid Pat said, I got my homage interlude for $300 US, 100 mil, but I need some deeper advice now. I mean, homage interlude is about the deepest you can get. Dang, man, oh, you talk to Racket Club, says, dang, man, it smells good, great though, just like some luxurious soap. It is really good. It really is good, man. And that definitely salute Joel. Dame said Racket Club smells good and gets better every day. Super strong on me, not gonna lie. It's damn near 100 degrees in North Carolina and lasts all day. I'm looking forward to really getting out there with it. I am, because it really does smell nice, just in the air. Beauty of Scent, what's going on? What's going on? We here. We appreciate you being here. Kid Panda said, I know I've asked this a million times. Tomorrow I'm picking up either Dior, Tabacular, Xerjoff Naxos, Perfumes de Marley, Wajan. Now I sold the wifey on it all being unisex. Help me choose here. I mean, if you're going unisex, Wajan is the one. To be completely honest, if you're going to look at it from a unisex standpoint, Wajan is the one. You got some nice warm apple pie type vibes. The only thing with that one is that it will lean towards, just for me, leans more towards like a cool, like a cold weather, almost holiday style of scent. But it's really, really nice. You could probably get away with Naxos if you don't want something that's going to be kind of like pigeonholed into one season. Naxos does have enough versatility in it, enough lightness to where both of you can wear it, and you can wear it, all throughout the year. Naxos is actually really nice. I'm a big fan of Naxos. I just don't want it to be something that is, like, I don't wear it a lot, but I am a big fan of it. Tabacular, that's going to lean, I think, a little bit too masculine. Some people say that it's great for the ladies. I'm just not experiencing that with it. To me, it does lean a little bit more towards the little more male leaning. So if you're looking at unisex, Wajan and Naxos, and I would say go with Naxos for the versatility. Let's see. Dave says, get Elborn by Carter Barcelona and thank me later. I've heard that one is actually really good. I'm going to put my nose on that soon. I'm definitely going to put my nose on it. Beauty of Sis said, ever got a fake or factory second cologne? I have gotten fakes before. I ended up getting a fake Dior Sauvage, as a matter of fact. And what was the other one? I got a fake it was one of the popular clones. It's sitting on the top of my tongue. It's sitting on the top of my tongue. Which one was it? Not Assad. It was the other one. Why can't I think of Club de Nuit? Club de Nuit Sillage. For some reason, I could not think of Sillage. I got a headache that's out of this world right now. But yeah, yeah, I got a fake Sillage, which sucked. Kid Panda said, all the above mentioned are the same price range, roughly $20 difference perhaps, or do I go Oud Maracuja 50 mil Frederick Mall Promise? If you want to go something unisex, I could see maybe going Frederick Mall. I don't see you going Oud Maracuja. Definitely not when you're in the vein of a unisex fragrance. I think you were right, kind of on the right path with the first ones. I think Naxos is probably going to be your best bet, to be honest, looking at those. Promise is one of those fragrances that some people really don't. There's some people who really appreciate it and love it. Then there's some people who are like, it's very much overrated. And, it does also lean towards being, like not a multi-seasonal, but kind of more leaning towards cool weather. So, yeah. Name says, "Oh, it's in." Yeah, yeah, man. It is. It's in. It is in, man. Yeah. Shoot, I got with my guys down there. A new store, man, down in Miami, and they were fixing up some stuff for me already, so they just went boom and went on in, man. Let's see. Super nice bottle, man. It's a beautiful bottle, but you ain't seen the best bottle here. And I'm gonna get to that in a second. By the way, my scent of the day today was Aromatix, that French Avenue Aromatix Platine Blanc. The wifey was like, hey, we were going to the movies and trying to get some other stuff done. Threw that on, man. Beautifully minty, gin tonic style of fragrance, kind of mojito vibes. Beautiful dry down. Has a good little bit of long lasting appeal to it as well. Really nice, man. I love that fragrance. One of my favorite pickups of the summer. I really am a fan of that fragrance, man. Let's see. Dang, I'm not gonna lie, this stuff is addictive. Next time I'll pump up the sprays. This is my Catalog Shaka Shadow, gonna be getting mad spray. Shaka Shadow is good. Shadow's good. Let me see. Dame and Kid Panda, Carna, Barcelona, El Born is fire. Yeah, Joel has just about everything in here. Let's see. Let me see. I see what Dave was saying about it being super hot. Yeah. Dave said I go at least 8 sprays regular on freshies. Yeah, you kind of have to, man. When you're dealing with freshies, a lot of times it's good to kind of up the sprays a little bit. Hell, Pretine Blanc that I was wearing today, man, ended up popping 10 sprays of it. But some of that is attributed to the sprayer. But now, while I love that Aromatix fragrance, now the bottles are interesting to me, a little gaudy, but they're interesting. The thing I don't like about them is that their sprayer, their atomizer is just okay. Like, as much as I hear, Neve talk about atomizers and being a fan of a great atomizer, it just kind of sucks that atomizer isn't the best. So it's literally just puff coverage, you know what I'm saying? Just those slight puffs. I wish the atomizer was a little bit better on that one. Let's see. Major Davis, what's going on, man? What is going on? Let's see. And y'all are just going back and forth about that Blue Sky, man. Blue Sky is really, really good. I'm about to put the phone down in a sec, though, because I'm about to get into some of these ones that I just got today, man. I'm going to skip down a little bit because I know y'all kind of discussing it. Racket Club said, man, y'all going to make me broke with all these new bangers. Bro, you have to pace it. You got to pace it, man. You just definitely have to pace it. Got to do it, man. Let's see. Kid Panda was asking Joel how many fragrances he got. Man, I know Joel got craziness. Major David said, I got that Soprano Ice in today and it's very nice. It's been about 4 hours and it's still pushing pretty good. Hey, look, here's the thing with that one, man. Soprano Ice has longevity to it. Like, it has real longevity to it. Like, when you spray it on, it's gonna be there. And if you spray it on clothes, forget about it. It's there until you wash them. I mean, and it's got that Y DNA, but it almost feels like they pulled back the Y and just kind of made it aquatic and dense. Beautiful in the air, man. That scent trail is stupid. So if you spray it on clothes, just know that you're gonna be smelling good all day, man. And it's got a compliment factor to it. I think I told you guys when I wore it last week when I got it. People were already like, "Oh my gosh, that smells good," and just sniffing on me. So yeah, it almost made the you can't wear this list. Racket Club said, Gator, that Kadala Shiaka shadow is straight fire. It's like a fresher CH bad boy elixir. Oh, yo, I know. I smelled it. I smelled it. I smelled it. Kid Pat was like try to figure out, man, how many fragrances y'all got? Let's see. Major Davis said, I also got that Naxos dupe in as well. It's also nice. So let me get to that one. So we're probably talking about Fierte Luna, which is another one that I got in. I didn't get it. I actually was in the process of sending it back, and I haven't even opened it yet. And part of the reason why is because I value people's opinions, right? Some people that I know that I trust, I value their opinions. One of those guys, man, is my guy Jamar over there at Vegas Sense. And Jamar has been telling me repeatedly, and I think I told y'all about Jamar, like we'll end up getting the same stuff, a lot of times, man. Almost like mirror reviews. And he keeps telling me, like, bro, this ain't it. This ain't it. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna send it back, but only because there's something else that I have my eye on. And I'm just gonna do like this because there's something else that I found at my guy's place that I'm gonna trade it for. And that'll be in probably next week. But I'm probably going to end up bringing it in. It's just something else is coming in that I think is going to put priority over it. Let's see. Joel says, I got around 200, 250, but over the years I went through thousands, open thousands. For me, I wear mostly different things that most people wear. That's my thing. Yeah. 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 That's my thing. Like I've smelled thousands of fragrances at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. I've smelled thousands of fragrances, but at the same time, it's kind of like, you pick what you want. You bring it in and you kind of sit on it. Like I think I showed y'all this drawer. Man, that drawer is full of decants and different things like that. And that's just stuff that I have in here. That's not the stuff I've gone through and done all that kind of stuff. I got decants all over this house. I got a big bowl of decants over there. I got my 10 mils over here. There's about maybe 30 of them in there. I got them in the bedroom. I got like 20, 30 of the 10 mils. I got like, they're everywhere. They're everywhere in the house right now, man. Let's see. Dame said, yeah, I get it. This blue sky is going to go absolutely stupid in the fall. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I am interested in seeing, though, what this thing does in the next week, because I think I'm gonna go ahead and get a wear on it in the next week. I want to see how it kind of handles the heat. I think it's gonna be better for fall, but it does have enough freshness to maybe pull it off, especially if, I work in an office, so it may actually work in that environment too. Y'all see y'all try to link up and everything, man. That's good, man. That's cool because you want everybody in the community to kind of link up. That's actually really, really cool. I see my boy Driz in the building. What's going on, novice in chat? Driz. Beauty of Scent says, you got any Ferragamo colognes? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got. I think what all do I have? I've got the Aqua Senziala Blue up here, which I love, by the way. I have a regular Aqua Senziala somewhere. I've got the Uomo Signature. And I know I've got some other stuff in here. I know I do. I'm just looking across the way, trying to pinpoint them. But I like the Ferragamo stuff, man. The bright leather I actually like, and I'm out of bright leather, so I think I need to re-up on that one. my wife is not the biggest leather fan, so it's like, there's certain sets that I just, I'm not really in a big rush to re-up on, but they're coming. There's a lot of them that are coming that will eventually get. I'm almost down to the bottom of the chat right now, which is cool. Joe says, I remember years ago, Tara Senior did a week decants wear. Maybe you could do a couple of weeks of decant wear. I know, right? Dave says, I wore it today at work in the heat. It lasted a good 6 hours, and that was my first full wearing, so it's got body for high heat situations, Gator. Yeah, I'm thinking it does. SB in the building. What up, man? What is going on? What is happening? Shoot, I am in the building about to do a couple of little box openings here. Let's see. Right leather was so nice, but only lasted an hour on me. Oh, only an hour? Really? That's interesting. So Bub was like, what up, guys? Racket Club said, what are those bottles on your desk, Gator? Funny you should mention that. So these are some of the things that I got in today, and I was at not today, a couple of days ago, actually, but I was talking about it earlier. So you've already kind of got introduced to the Blue Sky, the Armor Blue Sky. There's a couple of them that I was really excited about. The new, I got all the Royal blends, and this is the new one. This is Royal Blend Sequoia. So Sequoia, I remember when bourbon came out, everybody thought that bourbon, which is the one right here, everybody thought that Royal Blend bourbon was the Angel Share Paradise inspiration. No, it's not actually. This one, Sequoia, is the Angel Share Paradise inspiration. And in all honesty, I've only sprayed this once. Me and my wife were kind of sitting there, and I put it on strip for it to smell. This is really good. This is really good. The only thing that I could pick up so far that I could tell is like, oh, that's different, is the fact that this one does have, it feels like it's got a different style of wood. Like it feels like it's going like cedar sandalwood instead of oak. It also doesn't have that max amount of booziness. But then again, French Avenue does that. French Avenue will mute the booziness on certain fragrances. They did that with Vulcan Fue, They did that with Vulcan Sable as well. So if you're into like the boozy characteristics of certain fragrances, it'll be there, but it'll be slightly muted. For example, I love the way that Sand Dance bites. It has this really boozy, like if you spray that on, you got to be, wary at traffic stops. It's that potent. And that one doesn't have that. It's got a little bit of a booziness in the background, but it's not the same. Some people might like that better. As a matter of fact, I know a few people who actually like that better because it doesn't have that extensive amount of like alcoholic booziness in it, alcohol forward. But this one, it definitely has it muted a little bit. And then, like I said, it also has a different style of wood, but the raspberry is definitely out there popping and present in this one. So really nice. I'm looking forward to putting some like wears on it to see what it does. But so far, so good. I kind of like it. Let's see. The other ones. This one was one that I was a little bit interested in when I saw it. This was Zenith tobacco. So this one was weird. This one was supposed to be, we just talked about Tobacular a little while ago. This one, everybody was saying it kind of smells like Tobacular or whatever. Just off first spray, I'm not getting that. No. But this is like a chocolate in tobacco. Interesting fragrance. It really is. It is kind of more along the lines of like a rich, like earthy, like grainy, like pulling tobacco between your fingertips type of tobacco in here, where you're just like, I told my wife when I first opened it up, man, it was like gutting a swisher. Like, you know how when you roll the blunt, you cut it, and it's got that same little like subtle sweetness at the top of it as well, like a swisher does when you gut it, and that little tobacco that comes out of there, the smell of that, and then the inside of the gar, that's what this smells like. That's what it smells like. And I mean, at least at the very top, it's got that kind of nuance to it. But you do start picking up a lot of the chocolatey like facets in here, man. It's nice. And I'll probably have like a real like gauge of what it's actually trying to to interpret, because I can tell you now, it ain't interpreting tobacular like that. Um let's see, let me jump in here right quick. Racket Club said, what are those bottles? Okay, what up, we'll try Douglas. I said, oh good, I have that in my cart now. I said, what are your all your latest pickups? I got Tom Ford, Costa Azura, and a steel on Creed, Millesime Imperial, 100 mil, only 150. Oh snap. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Mm. Yeah, that sounds nice. Well, these are some of my latest pickups. And then I am on standby for my the Old Ombre leather, which is that's the one I'm super excited about. Old Ombre leather. But I was trying to get on like a no fall by. Everything had to be like, like summer stuff. And then I was like, shoot, I need to go ahead and get this one. This is the one that was the catalyst right here, because I had a feeling it was going to end up selling out. So went ahead and did it. Like I said, I got all the royal blends and stuff. But then the next one is really the one that I was like, yeah, I need to jump on it because of this one. Let me see. Mo said, Beauty, I tried red leather and I don't know, there's something weird about it. Spicy leather and bright leather. Yeah, bright leather is my favorite. Let's see. Racket Club said, Beauty said it's in fact my center today. Oh, okay. Racket Club said, oh man, get it real one. I want to roll up one right now. Hey, look, I'm just saying. I am just saying. So, oh man, and then the air of that stuff is good, man. It really does. It's very reminiscent of that. Then we got this guy. So this is one where I've been doing videos where I do reviews on stuff, and I very rarely kind of go into the box. I used to do boxes, but now I rarely do it. This is one I'll probably do the box on. This is Notes Jazz, right, from Fragrance World. This is the bottle did it, right? The bottle did it. When I saw the bottle, I was like, yeah, let's do it. This is it right here. Let me see if I can cover it up. There we go. Cover my face up a little bit. We'll start the face back out here. That way it can cover my thing. There we go. This bottle is the truth. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. The bottle is the truth, bro. The bottle is the truth. I am a huge look at that little mic thing here. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. Let me do that right quick. The detail on this bottle is amazing, right? In the back, of course, it's just jazz on the back. Oh, there we go. So yeah, like bottle is amazing. They got folks drag dang racing up and down the street right now. This fragrance is gonna be highly debated when it gets online, because there's going to be people who are going to be comparing it to a whole bunch of stuff. You're going to see Mercedes-Benz a lot, Mercedes-Benz Black. This does have that kind of vibe. To me, it's not supposed to be cloning Altair. It's not an Altair clone. There are some differences, but when you first smell it, That's the first thing you think about. The first thing you think about is Altair. It's got this like bourbon vanilla style of vibe to it, a little bit of like, and I don't think it's orange blossom in here, but that's the vibe that it's given. It's got like this really slightly like muted citrus in the background, but it's still enough to kind of lift it and make it a little bright. And then of course you get like pounded with that vanilla in here. Now there is like a underlying tobacco, and you really kind of get it like going into like I got it on strip after like maybe 20, 30 minutes. It really started to kind of pop up a little bit. But this here, I gotta watch because this one is going to be very much a unisex style of vibe, I believe. Although right now it does feel like it's leaning masculine just in the air. But it does give a lot of Altair to it. It really does give a lot of Altair. And I really think that this is going to be one that people will be checking on in the fall just because of the bottle. Like legit, the fragrance is nice. The bottle is nice. It's going to have that 1-2 punch combo that's going to make people want to go ahead and invest in it, man, because the bottle is just insane, bro. Look at that. The back, Fragrance World. Go ahead. There you can focus. Oh, that's why I didn't focus. Never mind. Really artistic with the way this bottle is done. Oh, and it's got the clef on the bottom. Notes. You see that says notes. And I heard somebody say on Fragrantica, they think that this is going to be part of like a series. Like it's going to be Notes Jazz and Notes, I don't know, R&B or Notes Hip Hop or Notes Rock or something like that. I can see that. I can see that happening because of the way that they have these bottles designed. So looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to really spending some time with this one. Got a few of them now, man, that I'm really going to be, I'm excited. I'm excited about putting wears on. And then I got the few that I'm testing right now. Emerald, I should be dropping a review for that one this week, which is the Game of Spades. That is the Symphony inspiration. And then Turin, I'm going to be dropping the review for that one this week as well. And then I got another video that's going to be dropping that's going to be kind of like a composite video. Let's just say people have been asking about it. Let's see. Driz says, City of the Day, City Rhythm, Puerto Rico. I got to get my hands on Puerto Rico. Because I actually had a chance to smell it. I like it. I like that a lot. Racket Club said, Gator, I'm searching for a Boss Man fragrance for the fall. Like Tuscan leather, but not too strong like Red Tobacco and Fahrenheit. You know, Red Tobacco Intense is a good one. It's just not quite as strong. I was mentioning Eau d'Ambre Leather. I think that one actually kind of works in that style of fragrance because Eau d'Ambre Leather is a softened leather vibe. It's got some vanilla in there to kind of soften it up a little bit. It's like a more, and people keep comparing it to Baby Cat, but there's a reason for that. It is a very much more designer wearable style of Baby Cat, but it gives you like that boss feeling when you're wearing that fragrance, man. It's got that leather. The leather is more pronounced. It's more of like a Swedish style of leather, but it is very pronounced. It definitely gives that boss man style of vibe of fragrance, man. I would say if you're looking for something that's kind of like an amalgamation of that Tuscan leather kind of vibe, I would say go that way with it. And then of course there's some stuff out there that you can really just kind of like, you know what, I think I'm going to go ahead and just throw this on and just deal with the vibe of it. One of those that I'm thinking about when I say that is something like a Boucheron Singulier, which is Boucheron is very much a man's man blue. It's a man's blue. it really it amps up all of the things that make a blue fragrance a blue fragrance. Your lavender, your geranium, it does all of those things. And what it does is it actually just kind of just takes it, basically strips everything down, no frills, and it's just like, boom, we here. Like when you're wearing that, you handling business. That's the vibe that it gives. It's like, okay, that's the dude who's giving the orders right now because he's the one that's in charge, and I feel it. So look at the Boucheron, and that one's fairly inexpensive as well. Boucheron Singular, I think it's like around $26, $27. Um, Definitely one to get your nose on if you want some big boss type stuff, you know? Let's see. You say, oh, that's cool. Oh, you're looking at the bottle. Yeah, that bottle would have had me sold too. Yeah, the bottle is nice. Yeah, Mo's asking about the price point for that Boss Man fragrance, because I know Mo's got a few of them he's talked about recently. Let's see. Y'all were talking about that. Matter of fact, y'all talking in the comments to see. Let's see. Beauty, I got the EDP, but the parfum is fire. Just slightly prefer the extra citrus in the top. All right, y'all was talking about that. Jerry in the building. What's good? Gator in chat. What's going on, Jerry? Henry is like, I'm rocking Freshie all day, every day. Yeah, man, look, nothing wrong with Freshie, especially this time of year. Freshies are where it's at, man. Mo said, racket, cheapy, try Maison Alhambra tobacco exclusive. Yeah. Yeah, designer gold boss bottled elixir of 1 million golden oud. I got to get another bottle of the 1 million the boss bottled elixir. But I can tell you this, tobacco exclusive is really, really good, man. As a matter of fact, I have which is another really good one here. This is actually really good for that. Yep, there we go. If you can see the dent. Uh-oh. Straighten up, I say. Maison Alhambra exclusive tobacco. Really nice, really rich style of tobacco, but not over pronounced. This is one that will have kind of like it definitely is tobacco. I'll say that. So it's got a little bit of a grounding to it, but it's not overly brutish. It's not overly, it's not just kind of overstepping its bounds when you're wearing it. When you're thinking about tobacco, though, now that you mentioned that, now you got me thinking, because there are some that are really like boss style fragrances that would actually work in the scenario you're talking about. You see, I pulled down this F. But one that I've talked about a lot recently is this guy right here. We're talking about tobaccos. This is from Jesus del Polozo. This is Nightology Wild Temptation. If you can get it, it ranges right in that $40 to $50 mark. This is another tobacco, but this is a little bit smoother than what you would get in the exclusive tobacco. It's got a peach note in here that kind of smooths it out. It kind of runs baseline. It's not an uber natural peach, but what it does in here, it just kind of stays the baseline, stays the course, so that you can kind of pick up all the other spices and everything that's in here. In the air, this is amazing. Like when you have this on, it really does, like, this is a swagger booster. This one really, because you feel like you're wearing a tobacco fragrance, but you don't feel like you're wearing something that would offend anybody. But it has that strength. It has that it's smooth but strong is the best way to describe it. This one, if you've never put your nose on this, try this fragrance. Nightology Wild Temptation. Jesus del Pozo, the same one that made the Halloween fragrances, Halloween Man X and all those. Yeah, try this. This is really, really good. And it probably will fulfill that boss vibe that you're looking for. Let's see. What's up, Jerry? Racket Club said, Fragrance World be doing too much with those bottles sometimes. They lost me with those new boxing glove bottles. So, the boxing glove, the champion goats, champion sugar, champion elixir. I think there's a champion elixir as well. Yeah, the boxing glove bottles are just like, and my guy at a news store was like, hey, would you like these? No. No, not at all. I'm not going. The boxing glove bottle is insane, right? I don't even know what they're supposed to smell like. All I know is that I can't do it. I can't do it. Racket Club said, "Good looking, bro. I'm looking those up right now. Definitely look those up, man." Jerry said, "Scent of the day is Mason Francis Kirkjohn Petite Matin." Okay, okay. Mo said, "Racket, I got you." Jerry, what's up, man? Let's see. I was trying to see what was going on. I had a something going on here. Racket Club said, "What is tobacco exclusive duping? Mystery tobacco, a mystery tobacco, from Carolina Herrera. Actually, is what it's duping." Driz said, "Say that name again. Which name? Which one are we talking about?" Because I just said a whole bunch of names. Jerry said, "My favorite tobacco fragrance is Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille, Amouage Royal Tobacco, Amouage Journeyman, Zaharoff Leather Tobacco." Zaharoff Leather Tobacco is really, really good. Man, and then Amouage Royal Tobacco is really good too. Um, I've said this before. Every time I bring up tobacco fragrances, somebody says Triumph of Bacchus. And as much as I love Triumph of Bacchus and I think it's great, I don't think that it's a true tobacco scent. Like, I feel like tobacco is just one of those things that's kind of added in there, and your peach and vanilla are actually the things that really make it. Like, I feel like this one that I just talked about, while it imparts peach as well, it's not the same smell. Like, the vanilla isn't in there to smooth it out. It doesn't give it that. I mean, don't get me wrong. Triumph of Bacchus is beautiful. Like, I mean, gorgeously beautiful. I love it. But this one is more tobacco than that one is. This one has a little bit more of a tobacco influence on the way that the fragrance is presenting than Triumph of Bacchus does. Beautiful fragrance, guys. I really can't say enough about this fragrance. It is lovely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Said Racket is duping Mystery Tobacco, Carolina Herrera. Yeah, Racket dupes Carolina Herrera, Mystery Tobacco, just lighter. Take other Boss Man fragrances of Brioni EDP. Well, yeah, you can't forget the Boss Man fragrance, and that was on me. This guy, Brioni EDP Intense, my favorite fall fragrance. If I Kumquat Wood is my most complimented fall fragrance, at least for the last few years. It may change this year, but there's something so alluring, something so powerful about this fragrance, man. It's the green apple, it's the oud in here, man. It's that floral mid that really just kind of resonates, but it's not overly floral, man. It's got a smoothness to it. I tell people this, and it's, to me personally, I feel like this is a blue fragrance with oud. I feel like this is what this is. This is a blue that has the influence of oud in here. Very much that aromatic vibe, very much that crispness to it. Gorgeous fragrance. I love this stuff. I love it. This is, again, Brioni EDP Intense. Love it. I mean, I don't know if you can see the dent, but look at this. It's almost time to cop another bottle. It's kind of hard to see a dip, but you can kind of see it. Yeah, it's time. It's time. I look forward every year to wearing that the first day of fall. That is my thing. The first day of fall is gonna be Brioni EDP Intense. I love it. Driz said tobacco with the peach, got it. Wild Temptation. Yeah, Wild Temptation's good, man. And fairly inexpensive. The only problem with Wild Temptation, it sells out so fast. Like, hold on, let me see here. Joma Shop is usually the best place to get it. And this Inology Wild Temptation. It's sold out right now. I got a feeling it's sold out right now. Yeah, it's sold out right now. It sells out. Like if you ever see it, just get it. Just get it. I mean, don't pay any more than 70 for it, but just get it. Because it's gonna be sold out. It's just a matter of when. Like it usually I've bought it twice now. The 2 times that I've bought it, I bought it once as a gift, and then I bought it, once for myself. The 2 times that I've bought it, it took me 12 weeks to get the one for myself. And then it took an additional like 8 or 9 weeks to get it for somebody else. And the day that I bought it, it was sold out the next day. They move fast. They move fast. But that's because it's a good fragrance. It really is a good fragrance, man. It's really nice. Yeah, I was talking about the Tuscan leather vibes, and I was just like, I see the conversation. Jerry said, Brioni Suave is good fall fragrance, spicy leather. Yeah, so I need to get my nose on Suave, man. My guy, C.I. Saint, was telling me about it, man. He was like, yeah, I think you'll like it. Because at first I was kind of like, I don't know if I really want to get into it. But he was telling me that I probably would like it. So I probably will bring it in for the fall. Most at Novice, Brioni EDP Intense is a blue frag style for fall and winter. Yeah. And when I say that, a lot of people are like, "Not blue fragrance?" Yeah, it's more of a blue. It's a blue fragrance that just happens to have the oud influence in it. Yeah, he said unique all year in the AC climate settings. Yeah, definitely. They said, I agree, Gator Brioni EDP Intense is getting 10 plus sprays first day of fall. Yeah. Yeah, man, it's that good. Racket Club said, damn, I ain't never seen Brioni at none of the stores. Yeah, that's one of those ones you have to literally order online. That's a fragrancebuy.ca. That's a Joma Shop or fragrance.net style of, you got to buy it from them. Because they'll never have it in the stores. They'll never have it. Especially like Eclat. You might find like the regular. I think one time I found the regular Brioni, the first Brioni EDP, not the Intense, but the regular Brioni EDP in a Burlington. Never saw it again. Let's see. Most said Racket Fresher offers version of Tuscan leather. Toomey 19 degree is the sleeper. Yeah, Toomey 19 degree. Here's the only thing with Toomey 19 degree with me. I felt like it was good, but I feel like it was overhyped for me when I first. I'm gonna have to put my nose on it again because there's certain fragrances that if they get like overhyped at first, a lot of times I'm not. And I'm a fan of Toomey stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like I've got a couple of them right there. Atlas, I love Atlas. As far as like spring, summer, fall, Atlas is great. It is really just Java vetiver oils. That's really it is with a little bit of citrus in there, but it lasts a lot longer than advertised. It just feels good on you. It gives you like a really nice, pleasant smell. And that's another one that's kind of empowering too. That one, and then of course, man. So Continuum from we're talking about tobacco fragrances just randomly right now. But when we talk about tobacco stuff, I would be remiss if I didn't mention this guy here. One of my favorite tobaccos. To me, Continuum. Oh man, tobacco and amber. The amber is what is really making, that's the superstar in here. When you have a rich enough tobacco and you lay this beautiful amber bed for it to lay down into, and it just envelops it. It envelops the tobacco and it just gives it this really like resinous, like warming style, but it's smooth at the same time. Man, it's good. This one is good, man. I might have to do a tobacco fragrances video. Now that I got but now I just popped off a couple of them. This one, Wild Temptation. Hell, I just got the Zenith Tobacco. I got the Maison Alhambra one up there. I got the Rayhan Crimson, which is actually another tobacco fragrance. And then I can't forget like some of the new ones. Blue Caviar is a tobacco fragrance. It's really based around that tobacco note, to be honest. Spice Bomb EDP, Night Vision EDP. While it doesn't like purport to be just a tobacco fragrance, it's really built around the tobacco. Man, yeah. I'm gonna do a tobacco video. I'm gonna do a best tobaccos video because I got enough of them in here where it's like, yeah, and I got a couple over there too. So yeah, heck yeah, man, definitely. This though, I love this. I love this. This is a Boss Man fragrance too. If you're thinking about Boss Man fragrances, to me, Continuum. Definitely a Boss Man style of fragrance there. And I don't even know why I be like leaning over this thing, bro, but I could literally just fold this chair up. It folds into an ottoman. And that would just give me like easy access to everything up on this wall, bro. I just don't do it for some strange reason. I have no clue why. That's something I still have to figure out. Let's see. Yeah, Dillard's will carry some Brioni Mo. That is right. Dillard's will carry it sometimes. Brioni Essential is good for spring and fall. It's fresh, woody, smells like tomato leaf, but it fades away tomato leaf in a couple of minutes. Yeah, the tomato leaf is a little bit overplayed. Like people are like, oh, it's got tomato leaf. But all it does is add a little bit of a green facet to it, man. The only thing I don't like about Essential is that I wish that the green stayed a little longer in that one, to be honest. You know, I like it. I like it a lot, though. Racket Club said, Modi's notes on that Toomey 19 looks fire, bro. Do you get Aventus vibes too? That might be a winner for me. Yeah, Toomey, that's very much 19 Degree is Toomey's Aventus. Like every company has to have a quote unquote Aventus. Like Mancera's Aventus is a Cedrat Boise. Toomey's Aventus is 19 Degree. Kid Patton said, hey, Joel, I just DM'd you on Instagram. Yeah, Kid Patton trying to get the info, bro. He trying to get the info. Dame said, Club de Nuit, Intense Man X-Trade is going to be a no-brainer in the fall. I may go ahead and bring it in. I have been kind of going back and forth on whether or not I wanted to bring it in, but I might go ahead and bring it in. Because I kind of swore off any more of the Aventus inspirations, but I might go ahead and bring it in, man. It said Afternoon Collector's Edition in the fall. Stop the press. Yeah, that's another one. That I was like, oh, I'm not gonna bring it in. I'm not gonna bring it in. But I got a 5 mil decan of it, and I love it. So I'm probably gonna end up getting the bottle. Racket Club said we need that Boss Man Frag top 10 video. Heck yeah, man. Racket said, I'm getting tired of sweet frags. Yeah, so that's a thing, right? I think that there is going to be a little bit of a revolt going on in the fragrance community, man, as far as like as far as sweet frags go. Because there was an overdose of it over the last couple of years. And not just from like inspiration houses, but like mainstream houses were just dropping a lot of sweetness, right? And even the stuff that was dark and deep was sweet. Your God of Fires, your Boss Bottle Absolute, those types of fragrances, man, had that notation of sweetness in the background. There's not a whole lot of like I'm looking forward to the reemergence of the fougere, right? Um, I mentioned blue caviar earlier. This guy right here with the caviar beads in here, right? So this fragrance is tobacco in here, lavender. It's got a aromatic vibe to it. Just the slightest bit of citrus in the top, and there's no sweetness to it. It comes across kind of almost like a fougere type of vibe. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of this style of fragrance. This has like that tobacco. It's got a creaminess to it, but no sweetness to it. I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of this popping up. What's the other one I was looking at? This, of course, no sweetness. This is mostly like a dry, fruity, orange vibe to it. The mint is in there, but there's no sweetness to it. It's kind of, just petitgrain and more. I hate saying petitgrain is manly, but petitgrain has an energetic or an energizing, manly style of vibe to it. I think we're gonna start seeing a lot more of these come around, man, and a lot less of like the sweeter vibe of fragrances coming, man. At least I'm hoping. I'm hoping because I think that it's time that we get a little bit more of that diversity going on in the fragrance community and not have everything be unisex. I mean, you wear what you want. I wear Care Pistachio. I wear stuff that sometimes people might say Precious Oud is another one that people might be like, oh, that's kind of feminine. But I mean, on my skin, don't really play as feminine. But yeah, like I kind of want something to come around that you smell and you like, man, that's a man's fragrance. It's like I kind of want a little bit of the diversity going on with the fragrances themselves. There's nothing wrong with unisex fragrances. But you wear Singular, Boucheron Singular, that's a man's fragrance. It comes across that way. It really does. A lot of your blues are like that, where it does come across like, okay, that's a manly style of fragrance, man. And then, like the Aqua de Parma, another one, manly style of fragrance. Terre d'Hermes Intense, EDP, another one, manly style of fragrance. The Brioni, manly style. So I kind of, even though the Brioni has a little bit of sweetness to it, what I'm saying is I kind of look forward to having some stuff that's like, that's for guys. That's for guys. And I don't mean that in a way that's like, oh, don't want these women's fragrances. No, what I mean is that just for the sake of something that's going to be different than all of the other stuff that's just kind of got this generic vanilla sweet style of vibe going on. The formula, vanilla, benzoin, patchouli, and lavender, basically. And that's it. Yeah, and that's kind of it. And let's take a little bit of the vanilla out of there. Let's do some different things. That's really what it's about. Let's do some different things with your fragrances. I don't mind a good vanilla in a fragrance, man. One of my favorite fougères that I think I'm gonna be bringing in this year is Naughton and Wilson's Gravitas Pour. It's got a vanilla in the bottom that really smooths that thing out, man. It's a fougere barbershop style fragrance, but at the same time, it's got like that classic, like like modern was classic, but then it has a little bit of a modern twist to it. But the vanilla, I kind of want something that does kind of depart from that though, and kind of goes into the realm of okay, this is just dry, manly, nice, you know. Let's see. Say I like Creed Centaurus. I don't need a clone because Creed always comes with bangers. I'm excited to try Creed Oud Zarian. Yeah, I'm going to be putting my nose on Oud Zarian as well soon. I think that Creed Centaurus itself is a great fragrance. I fell in love with it when I first smelled it. I didn't fall in love with the $516 price of it. But I did a 10 milliliter decant of it, and I'm still kind of going through that decant. I think it's going to be one that I probably will get when I get off of that decant, but that's still a lot of money to pay for a fragrance. I look at something like a Rayhan Crimson that does have utility for people who are into that specific fragrance DNA. It's almost like Creed wants to price themselves out of, and it's not them doing it. I mean, you pay, they set a price, you pay the price that they set. At the same time, if someone comes around and says, "Hey, you don't get the Creed, but you get something that's pretty damn close, man, for literally like an eighth of the price," because that was like 35, right? And I think the cheapest I found um Centaurus online for was like 370. So yeah, I mean heck, a tenth of the price. Like, but it makes that big of a difference. And there does come a point to when I balance my, the worth of a fragrance with the amount of money I'm paying for it, right? Like, do I really want to pay $600 for this particular fragrance when I can go and get something that's going to be 80 to 85% close for $40 to $50? I'm probably going to go that route because it just makes sense to do it. This is something my girl Liz was talking about on her show today, where she was like, price point makes a difference. She was like, she works for hospitals, and if you have insurance, your insurance company is not going to go with the actual drug. They're going to find a generic because the generic is going to be cheaper, and for them it's going to be more cost efficient, right? I think that everybody does need to kind of take into consideration cost efficiency. It's okay if I'm going to buy a Centaurus and it's the only DNA that I want to wear for $500. But if I'm bouncing around and I like to alternate daily with different fragrance scents and different styles, and I like to be a little bit more, diverse in how I'm smelling this day as opposed to this day. I got a scent for this occasion, that occasion. Then utility wise, it's going to be more, it'll be smarter for me to get something that'll be closer to that DNA without that same price point. So, I just think of it at a logic aspect, when it comes to that. Nothing wrong with buying Centaurus, though. There's nothing wrong with it. And if you can afford to buy a Centaurus and you want to buy other fragrances and have that diversity in your collection where you're bouncing around and you've got 30 fragrances, that all, cost $500 a piece, then that's fine. That's cool. I ain't doing it. I'm not, because I can take that $40 and spend it on that and be good, and take the remaining 500 of that's left and go buy some new equipment. Shoot, my wife and I, go on vacation a lot. We do those things. Those experiences are worth more than the 5% difference in the DNA between like Centaurus and Crimson in that scenario. That's just me. But that's not saying that once I do get the chance to get Crimson, if my price point comes out and I feel like it's a good value for me, I might actually go ahead and get it. I mean, I got a 10 milliliter decan over there, so it might be. That 10 milliliters is going to last me for a while, though. That's the other thing, though, too, is taking into account that, some of those fragrances that actually have that higher quality that might last a while longer may be worth a little bit higher price point. Because you spray Centaurus on, it's usually around 10 hours, 10 to 12 hours, and it kind of keeps that effervescence to it as it kind of goes into like the 5, 6, 7 hour mark. Louis Vuittons are a different monster. Like, I can see doing that with Creed and, some of the other ones that have that type of quality and longevity and all that kind of stuff. But I'm not paying $400 for afternoon swim. I'd be a fucking idiot, at that point, man, because if it's got, 6 hours, 5 to 6 hours of longevity, and I'm sitting there like, oh, I'm going to do this, and it's literally like, 5 to 10% off from like this French Avenue one, man, I'm not spending that money. That doesn't make any sense. There's no added utility with the afternoon swim than there would be with the French Avenue one or with the Jean Lowe one. There's no added utility to it. So I'm probably not going to buy it. Not going to buy it. L'Immensité is another one. I love L'Immensité, but it's hard for me to buy. Like, I got Pacific Chill because there was nothing that was duping it that came close to it at the time. L'Immensité was the same way. Imagination, when I bought Imagination, it was the same thing. Now, doing a repurchase on those? No, ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm gonna do that. No way. It makes no sense, to do it at this point. 3 years ago, before the clones started kind of really getting in their bag and doing their things, yeah, maybe it makes sense because there's no inspiration inspired by a version that's going to get close. Now, I wear a Game of Spades out, bro. Nobody can tell the difference. I got people that, one of my coworkers, who he has Imagination, and he'd be like, yeah, man, shoot, just wear your Imagination. Yeah, da da da. He don't know the difference. When I showed him what I was actually wearing, he was flabbergasted. Yeah, I used the word flabbergasted. He did not know the difference. And he would have been wearing Imagination forever. If it's that close, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Let's see. Like, I'm way back behind in the chat. I'm about to cut through it though. And Jared, that wasn't me going after you. That was just me commenting on the issue, because there's a lot of people who are like really adverse to buying anything that's going to be, and inspired by. And I get it. And buy what you want to buy. And as a matter of fact, I think that if my price point was better, I might go after something like that. If there's a big difference, like if there's a big difference in the price point, and the fragrance itself, I might go after the real thing. You notice nobody can clone Delphinus. They've tried, apparently, and there's nothing that comes close to it. Creed Delphinus. So Delphinus is definitely worth that $500 price point. It is. I love Delphinus. That iris, yeah. It's worth it. It's worth that price point. There's nothing that can come close to it. But as soon as they drop something that's going to get within like 85 to 90%, then we got to have a different conversation about it. Let's see. Driz say, bring back manly sense. Yep, yes, make men's fragrance for men again. Yeah, man, I think that it would be nice to have fragrances that are exclusively men's fragrances. And that's and the reason I say that is because most fragrances that are appealing directly to women are not that way. But most of the fragrances that are kind of pushed towards guys now are unisex, you know? But I guess it depends on what the women are into because women do kind of like familiar scents, you know? There are some women who like manly scents on a man. They want their man to smell like a man. But there are some that are like into stuff that smells like stuff they like. You know, they like to smell vanilla. They like to smell, the caramel. They like to smell those things. So when, it's just appealing to their senses. So when they smell a man that smells like that, it's appealing to their senses. Not even that they like to smell like it, they like to smell it. So it's really appealing to their senses. That same person may smell somebody that smells like a manly man and just be like, oh, he smells like a man. Ooh, it's nice. It's nice. But it's just not as attractive. It's not hitting those dopamine points in their brain like it does when it's something that's a little bit more, in their wheelhouse of things they like to smell and like to smell like. Um, let's see. Lenny, what's going on? What's up, Frag family? I decided to downsize to 7 to 12 colognes. I currently have Dior Homme Sport 2021, which is a good one to have. Still waiting for that Fun Dip Chalk candy scent. Eventually, we're going to get to a Fun Dip Chalk candy scent. I might need everybody's help on this one. We got to find a Fun Dip Chalk candy scent. And what's crazy? I just talked about manly scents versus, more, feminine or unisex scents. I guarantee you're going to have a Fun Dip fragrance in like the women's side. Definitely. I guarantee you. And so, okay, I'll talk about the 19 degree. Most said Lenny tried First Instinct together for a candy like scent. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. Spring fresh, summer citrus, fall woody, winter vanilla, and spicy. That's how I see it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Although I found a couple of citrus fragrances that are possibly going to really kind of hit in like the fall. Most of them have a little bit of a darker influence of tobacco or oud, but hey. Henry said, "Rockin' Rocus Loam sleeper banger and it's cheap." Rocus Loam is a very highly complimented fragrance, though. Very highly complimented. You know how highly complimented this is? It's like my third bottle. And there's a lot of people who don't like this fragrance, who think it's a little bit dated. I think it is, but that don't stop it from smelling good. That juniper, man, that's what really it's got this aromatic vibe to it, but the juniper in here, man, really kind of activates it. Really nice, man. Really, really nice fragrance. Let's see, Lenny, I envy you. LL, I'd love to downsize to 50 for fuck's sake. Man, look at this. And I just told y'all that that's not even it. That's not even the stuff I got in storage. And I don't know if you guys noticed, there are some fragrances that I keep in storage because I know that I'm going to use them. And because I know that I'm going to use them extensively, I keep them out of my sight. I am one of those people who, if I have it in front of me, is going to get got. Right? Yeah. So I feel you on that, bro. Let's see. Lenny said, Mo, usually my addiction lasts about 1 to 3 years tops until I realize I need to stop. Unfortunately, there's one addiction that I have struggled for decades, but that is personal. Hey, I understand it, man. I definitely understand it. Said, bro, I appreciate that so much. That might be the best of both worlds for me, and literally just gave away my Hawas Black, but didn't want another straight Aventus type dupe. Lenny said, I am never going to get decants from any site. I'm mad at Decant X. Creed Aventus is super weak. I sprayed on chest and it stung me for hours. I'm convinced they put alcohol in that sample to fill it up. That sucks. That was Decant X? Man, so if it was stinging on your chest, that's the problem. You probably need to report that one. You need to report that one because that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Not, nuh-uh. I couldn't do it. Shoot, let me get uh scars on my chest because I'm messing around with y'all little Dr. Decants. Nah. Let's see. Say facts knowledge, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at some of y'all stuff. Let's see. Best way is to buy 100 ml bottles and don't get decants, man. Right. I thought getting 100 ml was the dumbest route, but now I'm convinced I was wrong. 100 ml route is safest and smartest route. One of the things that I tell people too is it's okay to get decants for people you know. Like I sell decants. And send decants out. I've sent it to a couple people in here. There's people in here that I'm pretty sure if you're like, hey man, if you mind sending me like a 2 ml decant, man, I'll throw you a couple dollars. Send me like a 2 ml of that for that fragrance that you have. And it's a trust thing, but then again, it's people that you see online, regularly, as opposed to people that are on a website. So I mean, trust is relative in this scenario. Or for a lot of fragrances, you can just go to the mall and, see what they got there. But I can feel you on that. I can feel you on that. Most said I was referring to these sites offering decants, which are no brand. I don't get paid by Joma Shop, but I have very little issues there. The 125 looked shady from Joma Shop of Aqua de Gio Parfum. So Joma Shop usually has. I don't think I've encountered any type of false fragrances or anything from Joma Shop. They just take forever to ship stuff. So I don't think I've had any issues like that with them. But that's never to say that there won't be. If any site has like insurance, the little shipping protection and all that, I usually get that because there's usually like a little thing denoted in there that talks about issues with your fragrance when you get it too. So, I pay that extra 99 cents, man. Most said I haven't had any problems with Joma, Fragnet, Fragrance by Gift Express. I haven't jumped on Gift Express, but I need to start using Gift Express. Main event, what's going on, man? He said, would you recommend Emir? Yes, I would recommend Emir because it is one of the gaudiest, ugliest boxes. And I think I got on a live here recently and showed off the box of Emir, right? Look at the dent in here. I think I showed off the box and how ugly and gaudy it was with the light inside and all that kind of stuff. And this bottle is gaudy. This is a beautiful sandalwood, white tea, very woody, very masculine fragrance. It doesn't look like it would be, does it? Sweetness? No. What you're getting here is basically sandalwood, woody, white tea, gorgeous, man. In the air, this is beautiful. This is one of the more manly scents that's out there, to be honest. And in the fall, when that little like whipping cool breeze come through, amazing. That white tea does something to that stuff, man. It just smooths that thing out, allows you to really feel the woodiness of that thing. Pause. And I mean, it's gorgeous. Like I say, uber manly scent. I think I turned my little thing up here. There we go. Lady said, but most 100 ml bottles I had zero issues. Just a 125 ml Aqua de Gio Parfum was weird. Oh yeah. And that probably was a return. They do now. Joma Shop will do returns and put them back in stock. I've seen that from people, and that's a no bueno. Serge Luton's 5 o'clock gingerbread is a nice ginger citrus spice and woody scent, perfect for spring and fall. That actually sounds pretty good. I'm gonna be doing a lot of gingerbread soon because I need to get the Mizzenir, Eau de Gingerbread, the Molinard gingerbread, and then this one is one of the other ones I did see on my radar, the Serge Lutens. I think it's Sergey, actually, Luton's. But I always say Surge. D Boogie in the building. Taste and Sense with D Boogie, man. Go follow his channel, guys. Gator, what's goody? What's going on with you, man? What is going on? Henry said, I don't think Roca's Loam smells old as it has a fresh professional vibe, in my opinion. My opinion, too. I think it's great. Some people don't think so. Some people think it's dated. I don't know why. I don't, because I love wearing it, man. I love, as a matter of fact, this is actually probably not proving my point, but I got something from my dad too. And he was just like, they was like, I was smelling like a little young cat around there. Like, yeah, dad. Yeah, dad. It's really good though. It's really good. Let's see, novice, what is a special frag for you or something sentimental? Maybe first favorite scent that got you into fragrances. Oh man. Oh man. Black Phantom is always gonna have a little bit of a spot for me. Lafayette Street is always gonna have a spot for me, and I need to get another bottle of Lafayette Street. I have been kind of slacking off on getting the bottle of it, just because of the sentimental value. But I love Lafayette Street, and there's a few. Well, I talk about this one a little bit because of the reasoning behind it. This one here is, of course, Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir Parfum, right? This was the first review that I did on my channel. And I think I still had a review up, and I was awful. I was awful on that review. I had no clue what the hell I was doing or talking about, or, but this fragrance means a lot, because it was the first one I actually thought, like, man, I need to review this. I got to tell the world about this because nobody was talking about this, and I heard people talking about the EDP and the EDT, but nobody was talking about the parfum. And this was the one that really kind of took me in because of that orange and the iris in here, man. The citrus and the iris, and I really just was captivated by this one. And so this one actually means a lot. Just to look at the shelf, it's one of those that I don't know if I would want to give up. It'd be hard for me to give up that fragrance, man. But Lafayette Street is the other one. Lafayette Street just has a lot of sentimental value. One of my first real niche fragrances that I purchased myself. I had somebody purchase it for me initially, and then when it was time to re-up, I was like, oh man, and I purchased it myself. Black Phantom was one of the first ones that I actually went into the store and smelled and was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this with help from the brother, may he rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. That is the first time I met Kevin Samuels, was in that Nordstrom. I was looking at fragrances, man, and he just so happened to be in there. And this was before he was Kevin Samuels, you know what I'm saying? Before he was the Godfather, it was, Kevin Samuels was a fragrance guy, man. If you look up some of his older content online, man, he really, that was his thing. He was a fragrance guy, and he lit up when he talked about fragrances. And I was in the store, man, and I thought he was a sales associate at first because he was sharp dressed, and all that. He didn't have like the tie and everything on, but he just looked like he was somebody that was real put together. And sitting there talking, and he was telling me about this fragrance from Killian, this Black Phantom, and he was like, yeah, you gotta smell it. So we're just sitting there talking about this fragrance, man, and I'm, oh my God, this is amazing. So, after we talked about it a little bit, man, I was like, yeah, your guy convinced me, man, to get Black Phantom. And I didn't even realize, he introduced himself and everything and all that. But yeah, great fragrance. Great fragrance, man. But yeah, so that's one of the first ones that I remember going and being like, yeah, let me get that. So yeah, man. Let's see. Let's see. I'm a 1 or 2 bottle at a time. Oh, George, what's going on, George? So I'm a 1 or 2 bottle at a time person. My D&G Intense finish bought a Lattafa Zanzibar and just said fuck it and ordered low density for men EDP. Good for a while. Yeah, excuse me. I feel like most people who are watching fragrance YouTube should only be like 2 to 5 bottle guys. There's not a I think watching a lot of the fragrance YouTubes really kind of puts you in, and this is me as a content creator saying this, puts you in that FOMO vibe. And I meet a lot of people who are into that FOMO, right? And so they start buying stuff just because an influencer says they need to buy it. I do reviews with the intent of I'm going to give you as much information as I can on this fragrance, and I want you to make the decision for yourself. I very rarely do I say, go buy this. Like I'm going to start putting affiliate links on my pages, but I'm going back and forth with that because I don't want to make it seem like I'm endorsing people to buy certain things. But my guy was telling me, it's like, well, it's not that you're endorsing it or telling people to come buy it. It's just like if they decide to buy it, you can give them a cheaper alternative or a place to buy it from. And I get that. It's still a weird place for me. Because I'm leaning back and forth in and out of that. So I feel a type of way about doing it. That being said, I think it does make sense if I can get, especially places like a new store. I mentioned a new store a lot because I do really dig their customer service, them as people down in Miami. So, yeah, you know, eventually that may happen with them where I start doing like affiliate links and stuff like that, man, and, do that. So, because they told me that Pierce, that one, the Fragrance World. I mean, not Fragrance World. French Avenue Pierce, the Perseus dude. They told me, they were like, yeah, you told us you were going to mention it in your video, and we've sold out of it. We've had people buy it up, ever since you mentioned that we had it in the video. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I like that. So, every once in a while they'll be like, hey, do you want these boxing gloves? The champion fragrances, stuff like that. So yeah, it may be something I end up doing, man. I may end up doing the affiliate links. Let's see. Our own LV fragrances: Imagination, Pacific Chill, Meteore, Ombre Nomad, Lovers, and Nuit de Fouai. Okay, so few. Sorry. Nobody's done Pacific Chill completely right, but they get close. They get real close. Imagination, another one they get real close to. Meteore is, I don't think they've really gotten as close to Meteore as people would like for them to think. Ombre Nomad, I've smelled some good Ombre Nomads. Lovers, I haven't smelled the good Lovers yet, but it's fairly new. I give them some time. Nuit de Fouille, I don't know on that one, but I doubt that they've really got that one nailed. Video said the novice knows you got mancera, oud lemon mint. How do you feel about it? I think oud lemon mint gets a bad rap because it is synthetic mint. It is very much synthetic mint, but it's a fresh vibe to this. It's not quite toothpastey mint, but it's synthetic. but it's got this freshness to it, man. When you spray this on, that thing trails. That mint is in the air. It's gorgeous. It trails you. Then it kind of dries down into that this lemony vibe, right? With this like lemon and woods. I like it. Super fresh. Lasts forever on skin. Don't blow your nose out with this one because a lot of times the mint can be overwhelming to some people. Um, but I like it a lot. I think it's a great fragrance to pick up. If you have the chance to pick it up, it just smells good. It's not the most natural fragrance out there. It's not the most this is so high quality. It's so, but it just smells good. It just gets the job done, man. It just smells good. And believe it or not, people like smelling stuff that smells good. They really do, man. Let's see. Mo said Narciso Rodriguez Blue Noir Parfum is a masterpiece and needs more love. It really does, man. It really does. It's such a good fragrance. Black Phantom, I dare say better take on it and cheaper is Insomnia by Fabio Severi. Okay, so Insomnia is good. That's what I keep hearing people tell me. So I need to get my nose on it. I need to get my nose on it. Then he said I was a sub for Kevin Samuels a few months, and then he passed away in May. Man, yeah. It sucks that he's gone. It does, man. There was a lot of controversy that was going on with him before he passed, man. But at the same time, a lot of it, people have to realize that a lot of it was played up for show. A lot of it was played up to kind of, you sometimes you lean in to what's getting you the attention. And I think while he had kind of a soft, thought on those things, it was one of those, I think he was talking about how he felt, but at the same time, it was amplified. It was turned up to 11, so that it was loud, it was boisterous, it made people like take note and pay attention. Yeah, so at the same time, hey, most said I got into Kevin Samuels for frags, do the longest, had no idea he started into the men's improvement space. Yeah. For all the controversy, he seemed like a cool guy and genuine with his opinions. RIP. Man, so it was so weird because like he was when he helped me with the Black Phantom thing. This was before he got into that whole thing, the men's improvement thing. But man, like I watched a lot of the videos because I was kind of going the alternate route with Dope Discussions. Dope Discussions is was a show where we were more about like the more positive side of like fostering healthy relationships. We did a lot of it was a relationships podcast, basically a relationship show. And we tried to find like, a neutral ground with no finger pointing, no nothing like that. But so I'd watch some of his content from time to time just to kind of see what was out there in the manosphere in that space, man. And, you would see him talk and, things like that. And every once in a while, he would mention something about like a fragrance of some kind and he would just light up. Like you could tell that was where he wanted to be. That was his love. That's what really made him click and tick. It's just that he kind of leaned into something that was garnering more attention. And let's be honest, if it's bringing in dollars to where this is actually helping you financially, you're going to lean into stuff like that, man. But at the same time, man, you saw Tim talk about fragrances. It was a completely different thing. The excitement, the giddiness that you would see. Well, a fragrance that he was one of the first people that I remember talking about was that Armagh Club de Nuit Millesime Imperial dupe, the Milestone. He was the first person that I remember talking about Milestone. Like he was like, this is such a good interpretation of Millesime Imperial. You don't need to get Millesime Imperial. He was like, you could really deal with having this in your car because it's like $30. If you just need something to kind of spray on to keep yourself fresh, this would be a good one to go with. Yeah. So, man, things happen for a reason, man. I'll say that. I'll say that. Let's see. I love LV fragrances. Can't go wrong with. Yeah, man, got that affiliate. Get that affiliate link money, Gator. I will. I probably will, man. I probably will. Make sure y'all hit the like button, by the way, guys. Make sure y'all hit that like button and do me a favor. Just share it. Share it with somebody random, somebody that even listens to the channel or subscribes to the channel or whatever. It's just send it out. Send it out to somebody random. I always say on my videos, share this video with somebody that loves fragrances, right? I had a young lady who was kind of listening to, it just came across on her feed, and she shared it with her dad, and her dad shared it with, I guess, her uncle, and now they have subscribed to the channel, and now they're like really into it. And now they're really kind of discovering the fragrance space all together. Like they are, getting into, inspired by stuff and random stuff. And they'll hit me in my Instagram and be like, hey, what do you think about this one, man? What do you think about this? So it's it's a small world, man, and I'm glad to be able to jump in and help people out, and is all that I can. So just share it with somebody, because you never know who might get a benefit out of not just listening to me, but just a benefit about saying, hey, this is a space that's actually out there. Because we are in this space and we think that this is just normal. It ain't. It's not normal, bruh. It's not normal. There's not a lot of people that are out here in the fragrance space. But it just seems like that because it's kind of a forest for the trees thing. We're in here, so we're thinking that everybody's in here, right? But to be completely honest, that's not the case. There's a lot of people who have no idea who TLTG reviews are. No idea who Darian the Bowtie Fragrance Guy is. No idea who EQ is, or no idea who Gent Sense is. There's people out there who don't know. But they've got 10 fragrances and they're like, really into the game, and they're just, they have no clue about discounters. That discounter video that I dropped about a week or so ago, that short, it was real, because I had people that day while I was in JCPenney. I was in JCPenney, I can tell you now. When I was in there, they were hitting me up and they were like, bro, you mean that does smell good, man, but I don't know if I'm paying $135 for Toomey Atlas. I'm like, yeah, that's ridiculous, bro. You shouldn't pay $135 for it. You should pay $50 for it, $55 for it. Here's the links to this. And it was a fragrance that they found utility in. They really thought was beautiful, but it was priced double than what they could buy it for online, right? And they would never have known that if I wasn't in there at the time. So you never know. Sharing it with a coworker, or sharing it with, they might be like, why you send me this fat dude YouTube page? Or they might be like, man, I was watching some of his stuff, man. I want to get that Vulcan Fuel. That smells really good. So yeah, man. Share it. Rise of the Israelites, my cuz, that is my real life cousin. Just saying. Say, what do you recommend for a mechanic? Cuz, shoot, mechanics can go anywhere in the block, man. I gave something to my mechanic the other day, and I mentioned this. If y'all watch Create with Jonathan was mentioning this in the comments, because I talked to him about it, and I told him what I did for my mechanic and how everybody in his shop was like, what is that? I gave him some Platine Blanc, the Aromatix Platine Blanc. Gave him an 8 mil of Platine Blanc. Fresh, long lasting, minty at the top, dries down into like a beautiful like sandalwood in the base. Gorgeous. Happens to be my scent of the day today. Just saying. But gorgeous fragrance. None. This right here, that gaudy bottle, that bottle that looks all gaudy and stuff, actually has a really solid fragrance in here. Beautiful fragrance. In the air, this stuff is pumping right now. It is getting it in the air right now. I love it. Another one for my mechanic friends out there who are just like, hey, you know, I need something that's just gonna be fresh, just gonna keep me going all day, and gonna keep me going in that good vibe. People talk about it a lot for good reason. Because it's a solid freshie. It's not the best clone of Imagination, nowhere near. And I don't even think it's technically a clone of Imagination, to be honest. And I've said that many times. This guy right here, Amber Oud, Aqua Dubai. Remember what I was saying about Petitgrain a little while ago and how it's got that energizing masculine feel to it? That's this. This is soapy. This is what we would consider soapy as far as that fragrance goes, but it has that melon and that petitgrain in here, man, that really kind of gives us like a masculine lean. One of my most complimented fragrances over the summer last year. And so far, this summer, I've only worn it like, I think once. And as soon as I walked in the store, somebody was behind me. And I stopped by the little chips thing. It was just like, you smell nice. I was like, oh, thank you. Went over there to the Coke aisle, you know. You smell nice. Somebody else. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So it does work. It's that. It really is. This is a beautifully done fragrance. It is not necessarily Imagination or a dupe inspired by, but it's very good, very long lasting, just good. It's just a good one, man. It's fairly affordable. $50 ain't bad for it. It's really not. And it kind of cuts through the grease. So if you're a mechanic, that cuts through the grease. The same way that Platine Blanc kind of cuts through that other smell, you're going to smell that Aqua Dubai. No matter where you at, you're going to smell that Aqua Dubai. It's going to really give a push when it's on you, man. So, yeah. Let me see. We'll do one last one from the phone because my phone is like, I'm going to cut off on you. There we go. Let me see. Jerry, you out of here? Because I'm about to be out of here too. We about to eat. So take care, Gator. God bless you in the chat. KM in the building. What's going on, KM? I sent it today with Chanel Chance Splendide. We just talked about Splendide with Chanel Chance body lotion. That sounds like a pretty good combo. That sounds like a really good combo, KM. Rise of the Israelites. Say, I love sandalwood. Man, you definitely need to put your nose on that Platine Blanc then. You definitely do, man. Platine Blanc, such a nice fragrance, man. It really is. And I think it's going for like $45 right now. I believe, yeah, like $45. Really nice. Really nice, man. Another one that's kind of it goes under the radar a lot, but it's fairly inexpensive. Same premise though, but it's just a different vibe. This looks like, oh, this is a cheapie right here. It is a cheapie. This is Jacques Bogart Silver Scent Pure. Y'all know I love green apple. Green apple, lavender, smokiness, woody. Smells like a grape fizzy type soda in the air. But you could definitely pick up the sweetness from that Granny Smith apple in here. When it gets on skin, You get that sweetness and everything for that first hour, and then it just goes into like this beautiful, like smoky, woody kind of vibe with a little bit of a light citric nature to it. Gorgeous fragrance. And it lasts pretty little time. It lasts on me like 6 to 7 hours. A lot of people are like, it don't last that long on them, but for me, it does, man. Sid Vibe said, did you do a review on Memories of Summer? Not yet. It's up. So everything that I got to review is on this bottom row. Um it's here. It's definitely here. And it's going to get reviewed. And I'm thinking about doing a combo review with this one. Only because, let me see, turn it this way. There we go. Only because I got this. Game Space Emerald. So, of course, both of them are inspired by Louis Vuitton Symphony. I think this is a spoiler alert. I think this one kind of this leans into the ambery vibes. Like it adds an amber note that's not necessarily in Louis Vuitton Symphony. It definitely gives it kind of a depth to it, like a resonanceness, but it also makes the bergamot in here, the citruses come across like candied in a way. Very diffusive, but not very potent. So when you spray it on skin, it's very soft, but it's very diffusive. So it just kind of hangs around in the air. So if you smell it on skin, like you don't really get it as much. I think I said it when I first smelled it, like this is light in the ass, but I kept catching pops of it, for the next couple of hours. So I was like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. So it's one of these kind of real diffusive type of vibes where the fragrance itself isn't soft. I mean, isn't very like strong. It doesn't project a lot, but it just has a good bit of diffusiveness to it, to where it just gives you a great sillage, and it kind of lasts throughout the day. This one's just a fucking brute, and I love it. I love it because as soon as you spray this, it's look, bro, I'm ginger. Look, bro, I'm bergamot, and it really hits you. I mean, it's very alluring. I feel like it's not quite as bright as Symphony is, but it definitely goes in that vein of what it is. The oils, the quality of the oils is insane in this. At first, I thought I wasn't getting that much of longevity, but then, like the other day, I had it on, and no lie, I was picking it up after like 9 hours. So it definitely has some decent longevity. Now it got down to like that skin scent level at around 6, 7 hours, but what do you expect from a freshie? It's going to be that skin scent. Still will have a little bit of a little pop to it. But that first couple of hours, insane. It was pumping. It was definitely pumping. So thinking about doing a combo on these because they're, inspired by the same thing. Not exactly sure. We shall see. But I am going to go ahead and knock a review out on this one. This one is definitely one. And then one that I've been really kind of hitting around a little bit here is this guy. And I mentioned it recently, but this Fragrance World Salt. When you see that name, you think it's going to be something like a wood sage and sea salt inspiration. It's not. It's not. They kind of go in their own direction with this one. So technically not a true inspiration. And it's definitely not wood sage and sea salt. The only thing they have in common is the salt. This one has red berries in the top. And then as it dries down and gets into like the latter stages, into that 4 or 5 hour mark, you start picking up this little like soft, little kind of creamy sweetness that's coming off of it. It's really interesting, man. But it smells like clean laundry and that vibe of it. Really nice. Really, really nice. Great office scent. I mean, they love it. I worked at the office the other day, and I had people just like, "Oh, you just smell really good. You just smell good. It's just wafted when you walk by." So that one's gonna be coming soon. Racket Club said that silver sit is a staple in Brazil. My landlord wore the Intense version, and I wanted to steal it from. Intense is really good, and I'm going to be doing. I should do a review on it because that's one of the ones that's in storage. I need to do the review on that. I mean, not a review because it's an older one, but I need to really bring it back here. There's a couple of them I need to bring back to the house. That's one. Lenny said, which Bad Boy Carolyn Herrera line is your favorite, Cobalt? Anything blue is going to be me. Cobalt is definitely the one. It's definitely the one. I want to try the new one, though, the new Cobalt. So I have not tried that one yet. For some strange reason, I have not. But guys, I am about to roll out of here, man. We are coming up on 2 hours here. We about to eat. Me and my wife about to sit down and eat some sandwiches and watch some BS TV. She's in there working right now. She's trying to take care of some stuff for sorority. I'm in here, taking care of some stuff in here. But man, it was great talking to everybody, man. This has been a rough week for Gen X, by the way. And I started to title the video tonight that Gen X is not okay, because it has been a rough week, man. You lose Malcolm Jamal Warner. Last week, you lose at the beginning of the week, you lose Ozzy Osbourne. And then, man, you lose Hulk Hogan. Everybody knows I'm a huge wrestling fan. That was weird for me. That was weird. A lot of people had negative things to say about Hulk, man. That was Terry Bollea. But people don't talk about, all of the wrestlers that came out and was like, hey, look, yeah, he did a lot of politicking. That's what you were supposed to do. But, Kamala used to tell that story about how when he was on top, they didn't want to pay him because he was a black wrestler. They didn't want to pay him. And Hogan decided that he wasn't going to go out and wrestle unless they paid Kamala what he was supposed to get. Coco Beware talk about it a lot. It's like, he's not a racist at all. I don't understand. It's just, there's a lot of black people who are very much like they see the narrative of the tape of him being recorded, and that's kind of what they ran with and don't know anything else. I'm not taking up for him because he did some BS. That was some bullshit. But there's more than just the fucked up moments. And I think in our society right now, we have a tendency to judge folks based on the fucked up moments and not the great moments. And to be completely honest, there would be no wrestling today, and I have to give homage to it, because there would be no wrestling today. It wouldn't be, at least it wouldn't look like it does without Hulk Hogan. So, got to give him some shout outs to that, man. Definitely do. Yeah. R.I.P. Malcolm Jamal Warner. Definitely, man. That one hurts. That was the way to start the week, man. And that just hurts. That just hurts, man. To have that happen. That's somebody you grew up with. You grew up with, and have them not be here anymore. It kind of sucks, man. Radcliffe said, "You ever seen that video of Hulk Hogan riding the Young Jeezy? That shit is legendary." Yeah. He was a fan of of that genre, that the rap music and things like that, man. Yeah, man. It's interesting, we will, as a society, latch on to the negative, and because I think there's a certain amount of virtue signaling that's involved in that. I won't get into all those things, but there is a little bit of that there. That being said, that character will go down in the annals of being what really defined wrestling in the 80s. And in all honesty, brought it into pop culture. And then in the 90s, redefined it with the NWO, man. So, yeah, man. Just saying. All right, guys, let me get out of here. Y'all have a good one, man. Hit the like button before y'all leave, bro. Make sure y'all hit the like button before y'all leave, and hit the share button. Share it with your brother. Share it with your father. Share it with anybody you know. You know, just share it, just randomly. But hit the like button before you get out of here. Axel, what's going on, man? You got me right when I was leaving out, bro. You got to get in a little earlier. You got to get in a little earlier, man. I've been talking about Notes Jazz. I've been talking about Royal Blend Sequoia. This is the most beautiful bottle ever right here. Love that bottle. Gorgeous. This is, they don't say it's Altair, but I'm picking up Altair. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Y'all be good, man. Y'all be safe. Definitely, man. And as always, y'all know what I say. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, make sure you make today the best day ever on purpose. Peace out. Pity fool that don't like my stream.